This is Jessica Joy Revelis with Women Who Works TV. I'm here live in Hollywood. It's the day before Thanksgiving, so I want to wish all of my viewers, followers, family, friends, everybody a very happy Thanksgiving. So grateful to be here this Wednesday. I've got some special guests that you're absolutely going to love. These are heavy-hitting women in business who are just bringing you loads of information on careers, how to get ahead in their careers, and they're bringing you insider tips. So we'll explore that. Specifically, I've got a book author who's got a book coming out Black Friday. You've got to hear this woman talk about her new book, Sex Happens. It's as gut-wrenching as Eat, Pray, Love, as titillating as 50 Shades of Grey. So stay tuned for that. And then we have Arlene Guerra, who is a personal stylist and brand strategist with a vast background in styling and in fashion. And she's going to give us some insider tips on how to create a fashion career. So that's what I've got on the agenda today. I think this is a great way to set us up for an awesome holiday, and we're going to get started. So I'm going to bring Carol onto the show. Welcome, Carol.
Hello.
You came all the way from Orange County to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you.
So you're the author of this incredible book, and it's here live in the flesh. I got to hold it today, which is really exciting. So, Carol, you're the author of Sex Happens, which is a really, really sensual, really exciting novel that I think it's been called a page turner. It's been called a stay up all night, read, and it's available on Amazon on Black Friday, which is in just 2 days. Can you tell us, I want to kind of take a step back for a minute before we get into the book and my questions about the protagonist and some of the storyline, but can you take us back a little bit and tell us a little bit about your career trajectory and, how did we get here to published book author?
I often ask myself that same question. I was an English teacher for about 10 years, and then I went back to school and became a chiropractor, and then qualified medical examiner. And I decided I had nothing to do from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. So I decided to start writing, and I wrote, and it just took over. The characters, hopped in the car with me. They were always in the shower, that's for sure. And so now my book is out, and I have not quit my day job yet, though.
Wow.
I am still working.
You are such a hard worker, and you parse your time between Orange County and Los Angeles, is that right?
Watts, Huntington Park, yes.
Okay.
I'm in LA.
So tell me a little bit, because, we talked a little bit about your careers just now, and online you joke about changing careers about every 10 years, which I think a lot of women can identify. How did you tap into this creative talent that you had? You had this extra time, but most people are sleeping at that time.
It sounds like a good job to sleep, but I couldn't do it. I just decided, you know what? The divorce I went through personally, what do I say? The emotional journey is real, but because it's it's not autobiographical, because then it wouldn't be as titillating. So I just started writing a story, and it just came to me, and I decided, I wasted so many years after the divorce. If I can get women to see that you don't have to waste all this time, that you are enough,
and you can live your passion.
Yeah.
And live your life without having your identity attached to another person. Really. So do you have any kind of writing background? I mean, because for you to just pick up this pen and start writing and then come out with this amazing novel, what kind of training was involved, if any?
Actually, I haven't even thought about that until I was an English teacher, and I do have a master's in English. But that's not enough. So what I did was, when I decided to write, I went back, UCI, Extension. I was in one course after another. I did get accepted. I don't know if you know Squaw Valley.
Yes.
Okay, I went there for a week, and
that's an intensive program.
It was amazing. Amy Tan is there. Bird by Bird author is there. I mean, it was just amazing. It was 1 week. You're immersed. And I just kept going to classes, having critique groups, which wasn't always that positive. But I just kept at it. That's a secret. You know, we all have a book in us. Everybody, we really do.
I've heard that nugget of wisdom. Everybody's got a book in them.
But it's to keep going. And I wasn't going to give up. And
For you.
my husband is a journalism major, and he was proofing all the, constantly. That's how it.
You know, I want to you touched on the critique process. So I think, I came up as a writer at USC. I took their creative writing program, and it was so challenging. And I think writers, and no matter what age you are, no matter what background or walk of life or what goals you might have to write a book or teach or whatever it might be, that going through a writing critique can be really brutal. So can you kind of tease a little bit of that experience out?
1 week I would come home, high. I mean, I was brilliant. The next week, oh my god! I mean, it was the rug was out from under me.
Yeah.
But a critique group that you trust, and we were handpicked by the UCI professor.
Okay. And paired up, or
No, it
handpicked
was
for
in
the
her
class?
home.
Oh, okay.
In her home every single week, and I was diligent about going. And then I did step away for a while because my day job, my real job, I write medical legal.
Okay.
And I write about, I don't know, maybe 1,000 pages a week sometimes.
Wow. But
Yeah.
really technical writing.
I'm examining a patient and writing a report on that and then reading all the medical records.
Okay.
But that's really boring. We don't have to get into that. And, but the creative writing, it's a totally different skill. How to do dialogue.
Right.
How
really
to move
hard
the
to
plot.
do.
Oh yeah, I can do med legal in my sleep, but this and we're also more thin-skinned when we do the creative, because that's us.
It's personal.
Yeah, it's
We
it's
take
deep
it
down and
personal.
personal.
Absolutely.
And that's what did I say? I have an agent, and I said to her, "How is my baby doing?" And she said, your baby is now almost a toddler. Your baby is now going to puberty. So you really do take personal, your heart is on your
Ownership
sleeve.
over it. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah, and I know in my experience, me personally and other colleagues that I had coming up in that creative writing program that I did as an undergrad, that critique and how people were able to deal with it, sometimes it would turn people off from writing, and they would go years without writing altogether. And sometimes, and you would see those that would persevere and kind of overcome those obstacles and keep going. And some people went on to master's programs, some people went on to teach, some did go on to write. I would say the majority not, though.
Really?
So yeah, I would say the majority did not end up writers. They did not end up novelists or the things that they had aspired to be when they came into this undergraduate program. And even myself, I went years without publishing any writing, and then applied that to, as my viewers know, marketing, which is what I do now.
Right.
But I believe you that everyone has a book in you, and I'm writing a memoir, so we'll see if it comes to fruition. But I want to.
This is not a memoir.
No,
because
not
it
a
would
memoir.
not be as exciting.
But I love that you were able to take that personal ownership and weave a story and the emotional journey that women go through when they're going through divorce. And what's the statistic now on divorce in America?
Approximately 50%.
Wow, that's
But
astonishing.
this is a woman, because that's what my writing class group also said. Divorce is overdone. You have to amp it up.
Okay.
So I had her lose custody of the children, and that really amped up.
Gave it that extra oomph.
Yeah,
So I think the readers are going to be immediately sucked in from what, and I've read, I was able to read the first chapter and kind of learning about the book, and it is really, It's thrilling. It's thrilling. So we'll be back in just a few minutes, and now we're gonna dive deeper into the book and talk a little bit more about the subject matter and some of the protagonist and what she faces, and maybe get a couple insider secrets about the book and the writing of the book. So we'll be back in a few minutes. If you'd like to connect with me online, you can do so at jessicajoyrevelis.com. I'm live at WCOBM every Wednesday at noon, and we'll be back with Carol Soloway.